Good morning, dear students. This is DK Sahu, Bhupendra Kumar Sahu, and you are watching my YouTube channel, Math Blasting. In previous video lecture, we had discussed the basic concept and definition of number system. That is, natural number, whole numbers, integers, and so on. Today, we continue the topic and mainly focus on properties of integers. This will be the syllabus of class 7, but important for all classes and all age groups. So, without delaying anymore, let's begin today's topic. Properties of integers. Very first, what is integer? So, the combination of positive and negative numbers along with 0 is called integers. We can understand this by this number line. Suppose this is our number line and 0 is in center, and we know that as we go in right direction, positive integers come, positive numbers come, simply we can say. So, and in left direction, negative numbers come. So, integers definition is a set of negative number, positive number with 0 is called integer. So, we can say that all the numbers which you can see here is example of integers. Now, our main question is, what are the properties of integers? So, there is basically 5 properties. First, closure property. Second, commutative property. Third one is assertive property. Fourth one is distributive property. Actually, this is a distributive property of multiplication over addition. But in short, we are writing distributive property now. And last one is property of identity. So, properties of identity. Actually, we have studied the all properties in class 6 also, but there was only one change, that in that chapter, in that topic, there was written properties of whole number. So there was in place of integers whole number, and now we are reading here properties of integers. So for understanding these all properties, we are dividing these properties in two groups. First, we try to understand first the closure, commutative, and assertive, and then after distributive and identity property we study separately. So now, as you can see, we have written 3 properties out of 5, and there is 4 mathematical operations. So we will check whether these properties hold true for these operations or not. So very first, closure property. What closure property state? Closure property say that sum of any two integers is integer. So let a and b are integers. So let a and b are integers. Then closure property say that a plus b is equal to c, and c will be integer. So c will be integer, and we can write integer by z. So a plus b is equal to c. Just we check whether this statement is correct or not. So let's take two integers. Suppose we have taken 1 and second 5. So sum of these two integers means 6. Is 6 an integer? Yes, 6 is an integer. Now take another example like -2 and 7. Again we are getting 5. Similarly, if we are getting -7 plus 3, So these all are example of integers. So we say that closure property is closed over addition. So in case of addition, closure property holds true. Now, subtraction. So difference of two integers is integer. So now again we can take same, and in place of addition we put subtraction. Now subtract. Again we are getting -4. So this is also a integer. So this is also true. So we can write here a minus b is equal to c, and c belongs to integer. So these both properties are true. Now multiplication. This property says that product of any two integers is integer. So again, if -2 and 7, these are two integers, and we are multiplying, then we are getting -14, which is also an integer. So this is also true. So this property is a into b is equal to c, where c is integer. Now division. Again we take two integers like 6, and we are taking out 3. Now divide both the integers. Then 6 by 3 is equal to 2, which is integer. But this is not true for all the cases. Let's take one more example, like 7 divided by 3. 7 by 3. If you divide 7 by 3, then you get 2.33 and so on, which is not an integer. So we can say that a divided b is not equal to c, where c belongs to integer. Means this property is not closed over division. So this was all about closure property. Sum of two integers is integer. Difference of two integers is integer. Product of two integers is integer, and division of two integers is not an integer. So we can say that closure property hold true for addition, subtraction and multiplication, but not for division. Now move on to commutative property, which is also called commutativity. So this property say that a plus b is equal to b plus a. Means it doesn't matter in which order you are adding two integers. So if we change the order of integers while adding, result is not going to be changed. So this property stands for, in case of addition, a plus b is equal to b plus a. Means 2 plus 3, then 3 plus 2. And in both cases we are going to get same result, 5 and 5. So LHS and RHS both are equal. So we can say that commutative property is closed over addition. Now subtraction. It will say that a minus b is equal to b minus a. Let's check whether this property is closed or not. So now again we take two integers like 5 and 3, and then reverse, it will happen 3 minus 5. Now 5 minus 3 is equal to 2, and 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. So are both sides equal? LHS and RHS both equal? No, both are not equal. LHS is not equal to RHS. So we can say that commutative property is not closed over subtraction. So a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Now multiplication. In case of multiplication, a into b is equal to b into a. So this property says a into b is equal to b into a. Let's check whether this is true or not. So 3 into 5 is equal to 5 into 3. In every case you are going to same result. So this is also correct. So now it means a divide b is equal to b divide a. Let's check whether this is correct or not. So suppose a is equal to 8 and b is equal to 2, then this will happen 2 divide 8. 2 8 by 2 means 8 by 2 and 2 by 8 means 2 by 8. Now in this case we will get 4 and in this case we will get 1 by 4. Is 1 by 4 and 4 equal? No, 4 and 1 by 4 are not equal. So we can say that commutative property is not closed over division. So A divided B is not equal. Associative property. Associative property say that A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Means C is added in sum of A and B and here A is added in sum of B and C. So let's check whether this property holds true or not. So suppose A is equal to B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 4. We put bracket over 2 and 3 and then after we put bracket over 3 and 4. Now as both mass, first we add 3 and 2, then 5 plus 4 and here first we add 3 and 4, 7. 5, 4, 9 and 7 plus 2, 9. It means LHS and RHS both equal, so we can say this is closed. Now in case of subtraction, same example, same now what subtraction? Now what subtraction? Same supposition we are taking 2, 3 and 4. So 2, 3 and 4 and here 2, 3 and 4. So now let's solve this. Then first we solve this, we get result minus 1 and there is minus 4 and there minus 1. Now minus 1 and minus 4 is equal to minus 5 and here 1. So you can see there LHS and RHS both are not equal, so we can say this property is not closed. So A minus B minus C, A minus B minus C is not equal. So this is not going to be equal. Now we check our multiplication. So now A into B into C and A into B into C. So again we can take same supposition like 2, 3, 4 and here also 2, 3 and 4. Then 3 to the 6 multiply 4 and 4 to the 12. 6 4 to the 24 and again 12 to the 24. So it means that LHS and RHS both are equal, so we can say this is closed. Now we check our division. So this property say that A divide B divide by C and A divide B divide by C. Now let's suppose A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4 and C is equal to 3. Then 12. Now 4 3 is 12. So 3 divide 3 and here 4 divide 3 means 4 by 3. Now 3 divide 3 means 1 and when you divide this then you are going to any other value than 1. It means that LHS and RHS not equal. So we say that A divided B divided C is not equal to A divided B divided C. Means this property is not closed. So this is all about closure, commutative and associative. There is two more properties are left. Distributive property of multiplication over addition and subtraction, and last one is property of identity. So now there are two properties are left, distributive property and last one is identity property. So this is a fourth number, distributive law of multiplication over addition. Now, this property say that A bracket B plus C, then this is equal to A into B plus A into C. So, if B plus C is multiplied by A, then this will be equal to AB plus AC, where A, B and C are integers. So let's cross check whether this is correct or not. So suppose A is equal to B is equal to 3, C is equal to 4. Then 2, 3 plus 2 into 4. Now, according to BODMAS, first we add this and now we solve this 6 and then 8. Now 14 and this is also 14. So we can say that this is correct. So this law or this property is called distributive law of multiplication over addition. Now similar to this property, there is one more property happen, distributive law of multiplication over subtraction. So this we can give 1, now second. Distributive law of multiplication over subtraction. Now this property say that A, B minus C, then this is equal to AB minus AC. Now let's check. Again 2, 3, 4. So 2 into 3 and 2 into 4. Then 2 minus 1, this gives 6 and this gives 8. Then when we multiply, we get minus 2 and here also minus 2. So this is also going to be correct. So we can say fourth property as distributive law of multiplication over addition or subtraction. Now there is last property left, properties of identities. So properties of identities. So there is basically two properties of identities happen. First is multiplicative identity and second is additive identity. So multiplicative identity. So identity means same thing. So in this property, let's A is a integer. Now what number we should multiply to A so that the same integer will come? It means A will come. So by what number we should multiply A to get same integer? Then what will you say? Sir, we multiply by 1. A 1 is A. For example, you are given 5 and you are asked to get 5 by multiplying this 5 by any other integer. Any other integer. So by what number you should multiply? 1. So this 1 is called, multiplicative identity. Now last is additive identity. Now again we take A is an integer and by what number you should add to A so that integer will not change, means A will come. So by what number you should add it? So A, and if we are added 0, then the same number will come, the same integer will come. For example, you have given 7 and you are asked to add any integer to the 7 so that the integer will not change. Then you add with 0. So this is all about additive identity. So in today's video lecture, it's all. Hope you enjoy and learn from today's video. Thank you.